Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for the 5-1 Human Design Profile. If you don't know your Human Design Profile, there's a link in the description below for you to get your Human Design Body Graph. And among the plethora of information about you on there will be your profile. I'm also doing zodiac sign readings this time around, so definitely be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising. If it's already out, or if it's not, then it should be in the next couple days. So let's get an oracle for my 5-1 baddies. I'm also a 5-1, so actually doing these later than I usually do. I was sitting here doing work, which is why I'm not doing like the overhead view, because my table is an effing mess, and I just kind of scooted stuff out of the way. You don't need to see that. But anyway, I was like literally having my dinner. I've been doing protein shakes lately because I'm so sick of food. Oh my gosh. Like, do we really have to like figure out what to eat every day for the rest of our lives? I'm so sick of it. Anyway, and I just got this like surge of energy to at least do this reading. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more today. We'll see how it goes after this one. But anyway, hello. Let's get an oracle card. Ooh. Okay. It says, leap. You go first. The universe will catch up. How very Fool card. It's interesting too, because I mean, this is very Fool card over here, being right on the cliff. This is like that moment after, when you fully commit to taking that leap. Very interesting. And it's like very deserty here too. So maybe like West Coast, if you're in the United States, like maybe that has something to do with it. Like, Utah, Arizona, Nevada. Those are just the places where I've been, where I've seen mountains like this. I mean, it could even be New Mexico, like the western part of Colorado, like Grand Junction and there. But even Southwest Colorado, which I guess is by like New Mexico, right? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that has some significance. We have the 8 of Wands. Things moving forward quickly. Speaking too of like the energy showing up, like I just kind of got this like this feeling about the energy showing up, just like boom, it's there. And like maybe just a whole bunch of things all come together at one time. We have the Empress card, Taurus, Libra. We have the Chariot card, Cancer. We have the 8 of Swords, which is interesting. It's paired with the 8 of Wands. So 8, you might be seeing 8s. 8s do have to do with like abundance though. It is energy in motion when you get to the 8. So that's interesting. 2 more. That's 3. I mean, I feel like, okay, well, usually like my immediate thought is to just put them back, but this time it was not. So we have the World card under the Empress, and then we have the 2 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, and then the 2 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Temperance, which is interesting, Strength, 5 of Swords, 9 of Cups. Okay, good. It feels good. It's interesting that we don't have the Fool card on the table, but we do have the World card. And this card basically comes before the World card or before the Fool card, sorry. Because what comes after the World card? The Fool card. So, right? I mean, it just kind of like the interchange. Let's see if there's any tidbits of good stuff in the book that we need to hear. All right. You look at that. I'll read this. It says, life bends for the courageous. The universe wants to support you, but first you need to leap, to throw your life up in the air. Right? Perhaps you know what you are being called to leap toward or away from, but are scared to make the move. Or maybe perhaps you are waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual or permission to do so first. If this is you, then this card is your sign and permission slip to take a big breath and leap into the unknown. It's scary to let go of all that we have or all that we know and hope for something new. And it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is the unavoidable process of rising. And right now, this is how you are being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away, leaf by leaf. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear, and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. Right? As I look outside and trees are budding, leaves are starting to come in, weeds are starting to grow. Let me just show you this first. We'll get to it. What's in her belly right there? The world. He's got the whole... Her hands. Either way. Is that like a Girl Scout song? He's got the itsy bitsy daisies. Okay. So we start with the Eight of Wands. This even feels a little fooly. A little Fool card to me too. Because again, right, it's this burst of energy, this spark, this fire up under your ass that maybe just shows up out of the blue. Wands have to do with action. It's the motivation behind the actions that we take. It's passion, creativity. How are we communicating those things? What actions are we taking towards those things? I also see wands as being information, but like information by way of experience, right? Because that's what we get by trying things. We figure out what works. We figure out what doesn't work. What do we like? What don't we like? And truly, my belief is that there is no other way to figure that out than to actually try stuff. This is the trying of stuff. The Eight of Wands does talk about communication. It could be unexpected. We have that Uranus-Jupiter conjunction happening tomorrow. Uranus is the planet of the unexpected. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So there could be something coming in. This could just be, again, this flash of motivation comes in. It's like, what you want to do. Of course, we're talking human design, so strategy and authority, allowing things to go through the filter of your strategy and authority. But once you get that answer, it's like, boom. I mean, it could have to do with people. That it is the Eight of Wands. There are 8 wands in this card. I don't know if one person can hold 8 wands. So there could be, even though we can't see them, but it could have to do with community in some aspect, or communicating with a community. I'm talking to you, right? Maybe it is in some capacity. Like, I am passionate about tarot, and this is me taking action towards my passion, right? And sharing messages with you. So that's a good example. So you could be communicating in whatever aspect that is for you, something that you are passionate about, like a hill that you will die on, right? And it's interesting because, like I said, we have the Eight of Swords paired with the Eight of Wands. So, I mean, this is a mirror here, right? And it's not, I don't even think she's actually looking in the mirror. But on the one hand, she feels bound, she's blindfolded, all these crows, flying around. I could just imagine how that would sound, and just being totally overstimulated by, crows squawking in my ear, not to mention feeling kind of wrapped up. But then, of course, right on the outside, presenting in a way where you are put together. So this could be that for some time you have had some anxiety about something. You have, been worried about something. Maybe there's just been something constantly on your mind. It could even be too, I saw this video earlier. This girl was saying how if we don't express our creativity in whatever way we feel is appropriate for us to express our creativity, then it manifests in our body as anxiety, which makes sense, right? Like if we are not living, and I truly, again, I do believe that, by taking action is the only way to figure out what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't. It also is the only way to get out of your effing head. Because that's what this card is for me too. It's a self-inflicted mind prison. There's a lot to be learned from this card though, because so swords, I don't think I've even explained this, but swords have to do with our mind, our mindset, our beliefs, ideas, inspiration, thoughts. It's also truth and honesty, but like divine truth and divine honesty. I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego, right? Is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, to feelings, whether they're our stories or not, and whether they're true or not. So there's a lot to be discovered in the Eight of Swords, because what is making, or what has been making you feel like you're trapped, or that you're stuck or stagnant, or that you can't see a way forward, you don't know what the way forward is, you don't know what to do, you don't know, what actions you want to take, or how you want to express your passions, your creativity, or even how you want to receive those things. We really cannot think our ways through that. You know how many hobbies I picked up thinking that I would love them, and like hyper fixated on them, bought all this shit for it, right? And then I tried it and I'm like, I hate this. But I had myself so convinced in my head that I would love it. And there's been other things where I'm like, no, mm-mm. And then I tried it and I'm like, yes, I actually really do like this. Or even just, you do find, or you do take action towards a thing that you want to do, or you want to try. And you're like, you know what? I don't really like this way of doing it, so I'm going to try this way. Like just making little pivots. And then eventually we come to a place where something just kind of clicks, I love that we have this Empress card and the World card together. Not to mention the Empress is number 3. So it's like way at the beginning of the Fool's journey. And the World card is way at the end. This really feels like coming into your own in some capacity. The Empress is a divine feminine. The energy not not the gender. I'm like getting lost in thought. Like I keep looking at this moon up here and I keep getting lost in thought because I know that we have, is it a Scorpio full moon coming up next week? I think on the 24th. And Scorpio is opposite Taurus. And to make a full moon, the sun is going to be in Taurus. So they're going to be opposing each other. So I don't know. I'm glad that I got that out. So yeah, the Empress is the divine feminine, the energy, not the gender. So it's nurturing, it's intuition. It is, kind of the moon, right? Like our feelings, our intuition, being in flow, the ebbs and flows of things too, since, the moon controls the tides, right? So it's even, you could be emotional authority, you don't have to be, but even just recognizing that, literally the only thing that is constant is change, right? The moon changes signs, like every 2 and something days. It's like constantly changing the phase that it's in too, or how we can even see it in the sky. Also, clearly, right? This person is pregnant, like with the world in their little tummy, in their womb. And of course, this would be a good omen if you did want to expand a family. With it being with the world card though, it would be like maybe you're deciding if you want to have one more child. But pregnancy in tarot is more about reproducing opportunity. It's like reproducing whatever it is that you're looking for, like reproducing abundance. We have 2 8s out here. Like I said, 8s have to do with abundance. So it could be figuring out, really honing in on how you can recreate, reproduce something in abundance. It's, fertile, even just, like the energy being fertile for an opportunity to come in, or the energy being available for you to create something. This could be, it's interesting too that her wings are made out of water. And like I said, the moon does control the tides. I keep getting this feeling about like a tsunami, or like it feels kind of heavy. Like there could be something that noticeably changes in the like oceans with water. I don't know what that is, but I'm glad I said it out loud. It's also interesting too that it's, like I said, it kind of looks like wings, but the more that I focus on it, it feels more like a cloak, or like a blanket in some capacity. It almost like looks like she's getting ready for like a night out, like doing her hair. She's got leaves in her hair. She has this this bracelet that's like made out of branches, it looks like. It does actually feel very springy also. Actually, that just came to mind. And the book was talking about just the process of fall, and then, things coming back to life in spring. So this could even just be that, and maybe it's, again, it's something that you either want already, have been already even, co-creating or journaling about, or just, even thinking in your head, like, I don't even know how this would be possible. I don't even know what I want this to be, but it's like, maybe you're bored with life and you want some excitement. It could be that. this is all very, we have orange down here, which is sacral. We have yellow, which is solar plexus, have a lot of blue with the throat. So again, there's a lot of creativity, even, orange with the solar plexus and the chakra system anyway. That's about sexuality and reproduction, right? So, I don't know. I'm just saying all of the things that are like being, just like dropped down up in there. And it really could happen around this fucking this full moon that's coming up, because I keep focusing on it. I keep going back to this, the water, the waves here, that's either like a blanket or wings or something. And then with the world, like, again, there could just be an event that has to do with water. I don't know. But you see how like all these little dots are they're just kind of wrapping around everything, and then they make this perfect circle around the moon. Maybe you have some placements in Scorpio. You don't have to, but whatever house Scorpio rules for you, you could see some sort of impact in that area of your life. Interesting. And then we have the World card. So the World card is the end of a cycle. I also love that 21 simplifies down to a 3. Personally, I've been seeing 8s and I've been seeing 3s around, which is interesting. And we have the 3 of Cups out on the table. But the World card is the end of the Fool's journey. This is recognizing that you got what you needed to get out of a situation. And in order to take that next step, in order to take that leap that comes with the Fool card, all of a sudden, my eye just started itching like crazy. So you'll probably see me do that a lot. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, the World card, like something does have to end in order for something new to begin. It could just be, again, recognizing that a pattern, like a behavior pattern, a thought pattern, a season too, like that whole saying, like some people come in our lives for a season, a reason, or a lifetime or something like that. I feel like she's got most of the colors of the chakra system on her dress too, which to me just speaks more of like balance and even, like activating those areas within ourselves, like being grounded with the root center. That is a snake, right? The World card also represents achievement, like, getting to a place where you saw yourself. And too, when I was originally looking at these 2 cards, this person, this is backwards. This person could become this figure that's in the middle of the World card. They look similar-ish. So, I was just kind of getting the feeling it's like whatever it is that you are creating, because with the Empress card, there is some level of creation going on there, but it's also, being led by your intuition, what you know to be true for you. Also, even, creating something out of a place of love and beauty and all the Venusian things, because again, Empress rules over Taurus and Libra, who are ruled over Venus. And the World card also it has all of the 4 cardinal signs on here: Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Like I said, I kept looking at that moon. There's the full moon happening in Scorpio next week on the 24th, I believe. And the sun just moved into Taurus today. Today's the 19th. So there could just be something wrapped up in all of that, right? And then what's also interesting is that we have the other card in the tarot of things moving quickly. The Eight of Wands is one, the Chariot is the other. This is like you yourself, and it like, this is like me, myself, and I couldn't figure out how to do that. And like you, yourself, and you. You and yourself being on the same page, heading in the same direction. You know, the black horse represents our shadow, our subconscious, right? The white horse represents the light. And they're both heading in the same direction, right? Moving this chariot along. This person that's sitting on top of the chariot isn't even really holding on. There's no anxiety. There's no worry. There's this, you know, focus forward. And even, you know, look how like the ground looks. I mean, they're moving really fast. So this is this divine guidance thing. It's even, I feel like divine timing keeps coming up, like just conversations, or I've seen videos about divine timing and really trusting. And especially like if you find yourself in this energy, like, and especially if you find yourself in that energy in the sense of, you know, wanting to micromanage the things or have control, like too much control over stuff, and not trusting that things are going to work out exactly the way that they work out, regardless of if you're stressed or worried about it or not. You know, we could really make a decision. How do I want to experience this time? Even if it feels uncomfortable, you know, do I want to experience it in a way where I'm chill and I do trust that I'm heading in the right direction, and wherever I am meant to be, that's where I'll be. I'll end up there. I love that it matches my shirt too. Look at the colors. But I think, you know, nighttime reads are, it's a different energy. That's for sure. I don't even know. But anyway, moving forward quickly. It's even making a decision to do that too, because you had to crawl up on top of that chariot and get those horses moving in order to even be in this process. Even making the decision to just be open to this Eight of Wands. It could even be making that decision to take the leap. And then I feel like this whole reading has had like a crazy amount of synchronicities. The eights, the threes, the chariot matching my shirt, the world, and the Empress being pregnant with the world. And then we have the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. I love a progression. I love a progression. And especially it gives me the tingles when it happens like this. The odds of these two cards coming out together, slim. Slim. The Two of Cups talks about shared values. Cups have to do with our emotions. How do we feel about everything? Right? How do we feel about our lives? How do we feel about what we're doing? How do we feel about ourselves? How do we feel about the people in our lives? It's our relationship to love. How do we give it? More importantly, how do we receive it? And so the Two of Cups is, like I said, it's shared values. You know, two people at least coming in with their full cup, and you guys just continue to fill each other's cup. There's equal reciprocity. There's no, you know, like 90-10, 70-30, right? It's, there's no energy vampires. Like, you guys are on the same page. You have the same goals. You want to feel the same way. And again, you know, there's energy being poured into both cups. And of course, I mean, that can be romantic, but it can be platonic. It can be a business. It can be with yourself too. Because like I said, we have you and yourself represented, like with these horses. So this could also be you and yourself, even though, I'm just throwing out the options there, right? So then we move on to the Three of Cups, which is about support from others. It's community. I kind of love that these three people are, outside looking at the stars. Like, I would love to do that with my friends or like a group of people. Even, this symbol on their back, that's come up a few times. Like in the first handful of readings that I did, that symbol was all over the place. And granted, it's the same deck, but it's throughout a few different cards. And I think it's called a triskele. And it represents birth, life, and death. It's like the whole process, the life process. Even, like things happening in threes. There could be 3 good things coming your way. And I say that they're going to be positive because there's literally nothing really negative except for the potential of this card. And this is just, our little gremlins. If we're scared, I think the book was mentioning that if we're scared, if we, just kind of are overwhelming ourselves with what ifs so that we don't have to make a decision. But anyway, so there could be 3 good things coming into your life. But it's like, so you make this connection, and this connection leads you to this connection. And even like I was saying, with the 8 of Wands, there could be 8 people, more than one, clearly, with these, right? I mean, there's definitely something here where there's other people involved that maybe even they're going to help you get to where you're going. And literally it happened as a result of you taking that leap. And we have the 2 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, another 2. This is planning for the future. The all things wands, like I was talking about with the 8 of Wands. So, what things do you want to try? What possibilities are available to you to try? This is that planning stage, research, maybe even travel. Also like fun, play. Because, when you go on vacation, you want to decompress, you want to have a good time, right? So, why wait until vacation? Like, I just get the play kind of vibe from this. We have the Page of Pentacles. Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our physical time. Where are we showing up in our lives? It's our physical body. They're holding tree pose. You could be looking into yoga or just some sort of exercise routine, but they're holding the Ace of Pentacles there, and those roots are already wrapping around them and they're already in the ground. So pages are, like, I call them the apprentices. So this would be, starting a new job, starting, it could be a new stream of income. It could be, it's something though, with the Ace of Pentacles already being there, it's something that has already been in the works. And now, like it's grown to a point of putting roots down. We have the Page of Cups. And I love this Page of Cups. Again, cups, everything that I talked about with cups, there's all this energy coming from their heart chakra. There's even this, this hand, which kind of looks like this person's soul, right? Reaching out. And then on this side of the card, this is the future side of the card. But there's another person finishing that heart and all that energy that's between them. But then look at this little piggy up here. That saying, when pigs fly? We usually use that saying when we feel like something is impossible, right? Well, here's this pig flying. So if you thought, whatever this is, right? Even if you are thinking, no, she's just talking out of her ass. Like, if you are thinking that, if you have thought that something is not possible, then this card says that whatever you think is not possible is going to show up. We have Temperance, who is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Like I said, we have that conjunction tomorrow. This is a sun and the moon. Also, again, that full moon could do something. There could be something because they're on opposite sides. They're being held in opposite hands, which is making a full moon. So there could be something that happens around the full moon, the Scorpio full moon. The Sagittarius full moon would be next month sometime. So that too, because this is a card of Sagittarius. I don't know what the date for that would be. But again, even just this feeling of divine guidance, because there's this angel looking, wings behind this person. And I was talking about divine guidance with the Chariot card. But Temperance is about alchemy, and it's, the blending of energy. So there's an aspect of like patience. It's like waiting for things to, even if you don't have any evidence of anything actually happening, like the powers that be are really trying to work in your favor, and you are being guided. We have the Strength card after that, which is Leo. Determination, perseverance, having inner strength, recognizing that lion within you too. There's a decent amount of fire, I guess. Well, there's two. Okay, I was going to say, because there could just be a fire being lit up under you. I'm going to let you go because my eyes are just, I don't know what's going on over here. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.